All right, so you can ask questions, whatever questions you have. I had a long interaction in the last session. It's mostly about, generally the questions about more about, numerical techniques. This being the last one of this live session. So I would expect more of the simulation techniques and so on. Of course, these could be new to you. You may not have come across the simulation techniques, but these are good first-hand experience for you to gather that how simulations are done in real systems and real problems. So these are, I've done two of them, and they're mostly like the Monte Carlo and molecular dynamics. So you could ask questions. Please ask your questions. We are waiting. Because if there are no questions, then we'll have to wind up. Please introduce yourself, if not a question, and how you have, maybe give a feedback on the course. Yes, there's a question. Sandeep, please. You're from IIT BHU. That's nice. Please. The format of the 19 December exam, it will be an offline exam but you don't have to write much. You simply have to, fill in it's like fill in the blanks by working out things. So it's not MCQ, that is, I don't give you the 4 options, but you have to work out and fill in the blanks. So the writing part is minimal, and what I am given to understand is that you will be given calculator, which is by the TCS. So it is all about calculations and doing some rough work in order to arrive at the answer. and it's very, very close to what you have done for your on the assignments. I hope that answers your question. Um, if you are unable to attend exam, then I don't know. I mean, in the sense that if you've done the whole course and have not attended exam, then the NPTEL IIT Madras will decide about those. But I guess as you are from the IIT system as well, it is very clear that the final exam is very important, and that's what decides your marks and your certificate and things like that. But you could cross check with NPTEL office, right? You need to, I believe you need to attend the exam as well, because the assignments will have their own weightage. So that weightage one can get, but based on that, one possibly cannot pass the course, or rather complete the course, forget passing. Again, Sandeep Ilado asked this question to NPTEL Madras office. They are the policy makers. I am only teaching the course. So I have to be guided by all the rules that are laid down by them. So whatever they decide, if they say that in the future you can do it without submitting assignments, this will probably run, but that's not in my hands, that's in their hands as well. So let us, we'll stay, stay at that, and you can cross check with NPTEL office, IIT Madras, from wherever you get all those emails, etc. But what is the problem with attending the exam? Do you have a... All right, all right. I get it. They stay very far away. I really have no answer. I'm sorry about this. I don't decide such things. So it's not in my ambit to talk about. The NPTEL IIT Madras is the only place where that could give you answer. Good afternoon, Suman. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your comments. I mean, there are other courses in NPTEL which give you an overview of the numerical methods, but the simulation techniques, I think, is quite new. So that part of the course I hope you have enjoyed. And it's a simple course, but it's just that you need to, there are a lot of formulae and basically things such as that, and you need to, keep them in mind. There are, third order, fourth order approximations being done, where actually a computer also makes, or rather creates additional error. That part is, I've explained all this round of error and things like that. So thank you for letting me know that you enjoyed the course. Suman, I think you entered a little late. I have just discussed it. You can see the, or rather, you can get it from your friends. But I'll once again repeat what I said to Sandeep. It's the there's no sample papers. Sample papers are simply assignments. This is an offline exam, but you don't need to write much. You need to fill in the blanks. That is, you have to fill in numbers for all the numerical problems that I have given. There's no coding to be done, but this is simple application of all the formula that you have learned throughout the course. And there's even distribution of material from all the topics that I've taught. So you need to simply have a calculator, which I believe TCS supplies you, and also there are you need just for rough work pen and paper, but nothing to write other than those filling in those numbers or expressions or some symbols, etc. And the sample papers, if you really like, they are the same things as you have seen them during your assignments. That's a good question, Sandeep. I would not recommend that. If you really want to take up simulations, you need to get into that. Since you are from IIT BHU, you know that there are, the simulations are useful in almost all spheres of physics. They are there in high energy physics, astrophysics, cosmology. They are there in condensed matter physics. They are there in material science, and then they are there in your machine learning tools. You need all these online, not online, the simulation techniques, or even some of the numerical methods that are there. I would say that if you really are interested in carrying on with your simulations, you go ahead with your with some research, basic research on, such as, I have already said that Ising model is a prototype example of applying Monte Carlo simulations, which you can check whether that there is a phase transition, and you can actually calculate the temperature at which a phase transition from a paramagnet to a ferromagnet occurs. Okay, or there are, the high energy physics has all these LHCs, etc. They churn out a very large amount of data. So from the data analysis also could be done using some of the techniques that we have talked about, interpolation technique, and various, other extrapolation techniques and so on. Maybe, area under the curve, which gives you an idea of what is the total, weight of all these, some of the physical quantities that you have looked at. So my suggestion is that you go ahead with some basic research problem which is known. Now the good thing about simulation is that many of the sites, they give you codes for free. You can use them. So if you know one technique or one language rather, then you can use them, maybe even Python or some other thing. If you know, you can use some of the codes and can build up on them. So our 2 sessions of exams are on the same pattern. Which 2 sessions are you talking about? I thought, which 2 sessions? Any idea? Can you give me an idea of which 2 sessions you're talking about? Are there 2 sessions of exams? Oh, session means section, you mean? If you have meant section, then of course there's no problem. There's the same pattern, yes. If you're talking about 2 sessions, then I don't really understand which sessions are you talking about. Seems that the number of people watching are also very low compared to last time. So I'll just wait for maybe a few minutes and then we'll wind up. If there are no questions, then because the questions are more of a general type, but I appreciate asking those questions anyway, because You need to ask in order to know. Please ask me now if I'm waiting if you have any questions or else. And to answer Sandeep's question, there are many kinds of simulation which one should be aware of, like the simulations that we have done in or you've learned in the course, at least for the sake of for the Monte Carlo, we have talked about classical systems. For example, your Ising model is a classical system. If it's for a quantum system and if they're fermions, then you need to make some adjustments to the Monte Carlo rules because upon swapping the particle, there's a possibility that the probability can become negative, which is not allowed. So in that case, you'll have to, those things will have to be avoided, and that's why quantum Monte Carlo is more complicated, at least for the fermionic system. For bosonic system, it's not. And then there are other techniques such as dynamical mean field theory. Then there are exact diagonalization. Then there are density matrix renormalization too. These are all simulation techniques, and most of them are very useful for interacting many body systems. It could be part of nuclear physics, or it could be part of solid state physics, condensed matter physics, and so on. So we see no questions after that, which means that maybe we could wind up. There's still 6 people watching. If you have any questions, you could mail me. But these questions of general nature, of course, we can easily answer. Right. So quite some time there are no questions, so we sort of presume that you have no further questions. So maybe we'll just wait for a minute more and then we'll close it. Okay, it says 3:38 in my watch, so it's 3:40. We'll close it if there are no questions. All right. So there are no questions for the last maybe 10 minutes. So we'll stop it here. If you have any further questions, you could, send me an email. And wishing you very best for the upcoming exam, and hope all the people who have registered for the course can take this. I do understand and sincerely, empathize with them that they live very far away, and in COVID times, it's not so easy to travel from one place to another because of the lack of transport. And I feel that such things should be taken into consideration, or would be taken into consideration by IIT Madras team. I have always felt that team is extremely good and very student friendly. So I have communicated at various occasions, and I found them to be really, really helpful. So I'm sure that they would help you in this occasion as well. But if they can't, for some reason, which are beyond their control, I really sympathize with the students who have attended the course, submitted the assignments, and but you still please stay in touch with the NPTEL office in order to know about it more. It's not me who decides what could be done. All right. All right then. I'll stop here, and hope that you have found this course to be helpful, and would be continuing with numerical methods for for your research or for your further studies and so on. And maybe this has been also helpful for your normal course that you're doing, maybe MSc or even the young PhD students. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much once again.